Hello reception. So I hope you've watched the video link which explains to you a little bit more about the job of an engineer. So one of the jobs of an engineer is to design and build bridges. So we're going to go through some different types of bridges and then you've got a task to do at the end. You're going to have a go at building your own bridge. So there are different types of bridges. What are bridges used for? What bridges have you seen in real life? Where were they? And were they designed for people to walk over? Do you know the name and location of any famous bridges? Did you know that there is more than one type of design for different bridges? Let's take a look. Okay, so one of the types of bridges is called a suspension bridge. And this uses ropes, chains or cables to hold the bridge in place. Vertical cables, that means they go this way from top to bottom, are spaced out along the bridge to secure the deck area. That's the part that you walk or drive over to get from one side of the bridge to the other. There's a little picture of a suspension bridge, and they can cover very large distances. The large pillars at either end of the waterways are connected with cables, and the cables are secured usually to the ground. Let's have a look at some famous suspension bridges. Here's a suspension bridge in Japan. This is called the Akashi Kaiko Bridge. And this is the world's longest suspension bridge. It's nearly 2.5 miles long. Here's another suspension bridge in America called the Golden Gate Bridge. And another one called Brooklyn Bridge. This is also in America. And this suspension bridge is in Scotland. And can you see all of the cars crossing from one side to the other? Why is that bridge there? What's in the way to stop the cars? That's it. There's the huge river, isn't there? The cars can't go through the river, so they need the bridge there to help them get from one side to the other. This is a different type of bridge. It's called an arch bridge. The arch bridge design is over 3,000 years old. And they were mainly made of stone, brick or wood. The supporting pillars that are at either end of the arches are called abutments. An arch bridge uses a curved shape to spread the weight from the bridge over the curve rather than the weight bearing straight down. Any weight put on the bridge is carried outwards towards supports that are built into the ground on either side of the bridge. The arch is usually a semicircular shape. It is. Okay, here's an arch bridge in Australia. It's called Sydney Harbour Bridge. Here is another one in China. And one in Italy. You see that gondola underneath? And there's lots of people crossing over. So there aren't cars crossing over this bridge, but people. This is called the Rialto Bridge in Venice. It was built in 1588 and it took quite a few years to build until 1591. So it took about 3 years to build that bridge. The next type of bridge is called a cantilever bridge. And the first cantilever bridge was built in 1867 by somebody called Heinrich Gerber. And this is a type of bridge which helps us cross larger distances. That's him showing how a cantilever bridge works. Cantilever bridge uses cantilevers to create an area for people or vehicles to travel on. A cantilever is something that sticks out to the side while being supported by something else. Here's a cantilever bridge. They are often used to cross over areas of water. Sometimes these areas of water are too wide for the cantilever arms to cover. And when this happens, they add an extra bit in the middle. Here's a cantilever bridge in Scotland. And another one in the country called Canada. This type of bridge is called a beam bridge. And a beam bridge is the simplest type of bridge that you may come across. Think of a plank of wood that someone might use to cross a stream. This is a simple beam bridge. The beam part of the bridge is supported at either end where the weight of the bridge pushes down. Here's a beam bridge in America. This is a really long beam bridge. It's almost 25 miles long. Here's another one. Look how high up that is. Wow, that is really tall. This is called the Moselle Viaduct. It's a steel beam bridge. It is just over 3,000 feet long and sits 136 meters above the ground. So what have we learnt? Well, we've learnt that there are different types of bridges. One called a suspension, one called a beam, one called an arc, and another called a cantilever. Now, here's your task. I'd like you to have a go at building a bridge any way that you can. You can use anything you've got in your house. You might have some Lego here. If you do, you could have a go at building a bridge so that you can get some little figures to cross over a river. You could have a go at drawing a river on some paper and then building your Lego into the shape of a bridge so that your people can cross over it. If you don't have any construction toys like Lego, don't worry. You could just have a go at making a bridge out of some paper, some newspaper or magazines. Have a go at rolling them up. Here you've got the legs at the side, haven't you, here, that support the flat bit here on top. Here's a bit more of a fancier type of bridge that you could have a go at building using some toilet roll tubes, a bit of cardboard. Here is some egg boxes, and they've put some pence in each bottom part with some elastic bands tied around each one, and then there's a ruler going through the middle, so the ruler sits on the elastic band. Or a very simple type of bridge, you've just got the supports at the bottom, and you could put something along the top of the supports to help you get across from one side to the other. Have a go at thinking how you could build a bridge out of absolutely anything in your house. And then once you've done that, have a go at drawing what you've made. See if you can label part of your bridge. So, I'm looking forward to seeing your bridge. Maybe you could use some figures to show me how your figures could be walking across your bridge, or maybe some cars to show if your bridge is strong enough to hold a little toy car. That would be really interesting to see. So send us a photograph of the bridge that you've made. Maybe have a go at drawing your bridge on some paper. It doesn't have to be this sheet, just any paper will do. And then send it to us on Dojo. Okay, thanks reception. Bye-bye.